Hello there. It's time to dye our hair. Okay, more specifically, it's time to dye my weave. And it's a lot of weave. I love this hair though. It looks a little cray-cray right now, but okay, it's from Indique. And I'll put links below the video. It's not the organic curl, because that one was like more expensive, but it's the Fiji wave, I think it is. I'll put the links below. So it really is like, you know, kind of curly, more natural to African American type of hair. And I've already bleached it a little bit, as you can see. I like it dyed because to me that makes it look more natural. So I guess I could have put more in the back. I bought different inches. I'm trying to remember what size I bought. I bought some shorter, some longer. I sewed it in at different times. Some of it's kind of braided in, and I cut the wefts, and I kind of braided some, sewed some. So anyway, I really like it. I love Indique. It feels kind of soft and natural, softer than other ones I've had. So now I want to show you the dyeing process because it just looked too dark to me. Today when I was in exercise class, I kept looking at it because I kind of had it back like this or whatever. It just looked like a hat sitting on my head with the darkness. Because, you know, I dye my gray and the edges, and I use this, however you pronounce it. I call it Bijan, but somebody else calls it Bijan, whatever. I might get some stronger, more permanent stuff to get my edges. So I think when I use this, you know how dark it makes it, like that black eye stuff. And I think it kind of took some of the blonde I had put in the weave out. So let me show you what I get. I'll put all these links below. I love this stuff. L'Oreal Quick Blue. Hopefully that's not backwards. I get a big old tub of it, as you can see, from Sally Beauty Supply is usually where I find this. You can probably find it different other places, but I know I've gotten it at Sally Beauty Supply. In different times, you might get a coupon or something. It might be about $20-something. I also get a cream developer to go with it. I like, I grab almost any one. I think I've used like what do you call that, argan oil, or however you pronounce that, Moroccan oil kind of stuff, because I like it. It seems like it would be all conditioning. But I grab whatever. Usually I get the 40. You can get 20, 30, or 40. If you want your weave to, you know, be real blonde like that, highlighted, generally you can get the 40, because then it'll supposedly highlight faster or whatever. Different people say different things, but I find the 40 works well. All right, so what you're supposed to do, I don't follow the directions exactly. In fact, this is the first time I'm doing an on-scalp application. Although I'm not really gonna, I was thinking about trying my real hair a little bit, but I don't want it to turn orange. Like, I guess I could try it, but I just read you're not supposed to do an on-scalp application with a 40 developer. That's probably too strong or whatever. So I'm gonna just keep it on the weave hair and not on my real hair under here, because I just want to lighten this up, especially around my face. Like us, especially us older 45-year-olds, they say we should have like lighter hair around our face. And you can see I just sewed this piece in last night. I got to get it in better. But I don't know what happened here. But anyway, I just want to get more of it matched up so it's not so streaky. I just want to highlight more of this black natural dark hair, because that's how it comes. And when you buy, Indique is good. Indique is one of those ones, Indique. You can buy it online. They are one of the ones that have hair that it's natural virgin remy hair. And if you want to try and dye your weave hair, it has to be not only natural, 100% virgin, but it has to be like never treated. Because some of them I've bought from my local beauty supply store, and even though it's 100% virgin or whatever hair, sometimes they've treated it with chemicals that didn't let the dye penetrate. So let's get this done. Look for hair that can be dyed. Some of them actually say it on the package, like one is called the hair to dye for, DYE or whatever. But I like Indique the best, so I tend to get this online the best. But I've seen weave from, you know, Alibaba and all those places. So as long as it's you can make sure it hasn't been treated, then it'll dye better. Okay, so what you're supposed to do, this quick blue comes with a lot, and here's 1 scoop, and it says you could take a scoop and mix it with 1.5 fluid ounces of cream developer to 2 fluid ounces of cream developer, either 20 or 30 or 40 if you're doing off scalp, open air. Guess I should open the window, huh? And then on scalp applications, it says only use the 20 or 30 cream developer. All right, so now that I've said that, I want to say that I don't always use the exact measurements, and you probably won't find yourself using exact measurements either. This is what a scoop looks like. I put it in a different thing, and it's plastic. Don't put it in anything metal, and don't use any metal stuff to stir it with, only plastic for whatever reason. Chemical stuff, I guess. So I put it in this thing, but anyway, you can see how much I just, that's the quick blue I put in there. And then I have a little bit of this cream developer left. So basically, I don't really measure. What's that, 16 fluid ounces? So I try and see what 1 ounce is about. Maybe that much? I don't know. Who knows? Just get it the consistency you want it. And all I'm going to do is stir this up. Usually, I'm just doing this because I haven't put the weave on my hair yet. But this time, since I put the weave on my hair, I have to be careful about where I put this stuff. So, you know, it's still really thick, powdery consistency because I like my highlights, as you can tell, pretty blonde. Like, I hope you can see that. It's pretty, you know, that's pretty light. But I don't want it like blonde all over, but I just want it more blonde than I have it now. So, just stirring this up. And keep the container open. You don't want to keep it in a closed container because I guess it'll burst. I was almost going to do this at my health club in the dry sauna, but I said, let me come home and do this. Then I can kind of leave it on there as long as I want to see if it's working. And also, sometimes if you do too much, too harsh, it'll start breaking the weave hair off. So that's a nice thick consistency there. There's hair in there. Anyway, I'm just going to try this. And I don't have gloves, so it's like real ghetto, but it's working. I pray it works. In Jesus' name. So I'm just taking a little bit of this, and I'm just going to like grab the parts that I feel like need to be highlighted some more. And just kind of cover it like that. And we'll see what happens. And the good part is, you know, you can kind of see if it's lightening to the point that you like, the color you like that, because I like it, especially on the ends. Because you know how real, you know, I was going to say biracial people, especially how they'll have dark roots and their hair will kind of grow out and be kind of sun-drenched, or even if you're just dyeing your hair blonde, that's a kind of popular look to have the dark roots. So I'm trying not to do too much because I don't want it all blonde, but I want it more than I have it. So I'm just grabbing random pieces, keeping them away from my eyes. And what was I going to say? Something about, yeah, you don't want to burst the container. I know I said that part. There's some other tip I was about to give. It'll come to me. Help me, Holy Spirit, remember. What was it? So pull that back. And then, yeah, I was just going to say, see, there it goes. I was just going to say, you know, you can keep checking it. Like when I used to leave the hair, yeah, I need to sew that track in. You can like see that track. I want to see what I want to do is sew it down a little farther because it seems like it grows out as my hair is like growing back and grows up. So, oh, yeah, you can just check it basically. You can keep your eye on it. Woo! Speaking of eye, thank God that didn't land in my eye. You can check it to see the progress. To see, oh, that'd be interesting if it dyed my eyebrow. Anyway, you can check it to see how much, what color it's turning, and to see if you like that color. And the thing I like about this quick blue is, that's the name of it, right? Sometimes I say it the wrong way. Yeah, it's quick blue. Sometimes I want to call it true blue. I think there is a true blue, but quick blue is the one I use a lot. It is quick. You don't have to wait. Like, I've gotten stuff from Walgreens or whatever. You know, those ones that aren't as strong where you don't have to mix them like this with powder. But it's the kind that might be, you know, you still mix together a liquid type of color activator with the base. And I've done that so many times, just trying to dye it and lift it 7 times or something. The thing about this is it lifts up to, what does it say here? It's the extra strength. I don't know if I mentioned that before. I don't think I did. See, it says it lifts up to 7 levels. That's what I like about this. It lifts this dark natural hair that most weaves will come in, because if they're really untreated, then it's going to be dark. Because if it's usually, you know, Indian hair, it's going to be dark. So you can keep checking it, and, you know, check it pretty often. I mean, I'm kind of used to it, so I've left it sitting around on the weave for a whole hour, and then I'll go back and check it. But, you know, especially when you're just getting started and you need to know how it's going to react or how much you've mixed. Ooh, it's strong too. I'm glad I didn't do this in the health club. So, you know, you can even check it every 5 minutes if you want, just to make sure it's the color you want. And then wash it out. And perhaps dry it and start again if it's not as light as you like it. Okay, so I'm almost done here with my first little batch. I mean, I've used almost all of this. I love this stuff. So you can see there's no exact rhyme or reason, no exact rhyme for my application process here. I just want it more natural looking. That's actually what I meant to say about, you see biracial people, how they are, you know, some of the children's natural hair looks so cute to me with dark hair with blonde, sun-drenched tips and like that. And especially since you're combining it with a texture that's kind of wavy, like it's a wavy, it reminds me more of an African-American texture than you know, the straight up stick straight weave hair that I don't like, because so many women have it and you see it on TV so much. And my one friend said it looks like plastic, and some of them it does because the way it hits the light. But people have told me my weave looks pretty natural. So, you know, I like to be different. I just like to be not looking like everybody else, you know. Who wants that? Let's be ourselves. Okay, so I'm going to keep doing this and get a little bit more right here, because some of it I've already lightened, and I don't exactly want it red. I like it kind of real light golden blonde, or even lighter, or about golden blonde, I guess. So I want to see how this will turn out. And I'll use the rest of it all in here. And I'll just let it sit. I'll come back and check it, you know, maybe every 10 minutes, because I didn't put much developer. I know when it's real kind of powdery, sticky, that sucker might highlight real fast. So then I'll wash it out and I'll try and, you know, get a deep condition. I don't think I'm supposed to put shampoo. I don't really remember. I don't know if I do it. But usually, I was just reading my text. I definitely try and get a deep, nice condition after this, because this blonde can be kind of harsh on hair, and so, you know, I want to keep it supple, moist, and not falling out or breaking off. So I try and get a real deep condition after I've done this. So this is interesting. It'll be my first time doing kind of an on-scalp application. But I'm not really trying to get it on my scalp, because I'm just really trying to get rid of the too dark hair. I want it just lighter in the front. So we'll see what happens here. I will do a follow-up after I've washed all this stuff out and it's dry. And you know, the thing about it is you can kind of gradually do this. You know, test it slow, I guess, starting out. Especially if you're not used to this quick blue. Test it slow, get the strands you want, see how it flows. You know, even if you don't do it all in one fell swoop, you can always come back and highlight some more. Kind of just see what color you prefer. All right, I'll do a follow-up. See you soon. Pull these up. Okay, I'm back. I have washed out those highlights I did, and the hair is pretty much dry. So compared to how dark it was before, you can tell it's lighter. Oh, I don't have on both lights like I had before. So this strand is still here that I gotta figure out. Okay, so basically I still want it a little bit lighter. It's looking better to me. It's not the darkness that I saw before, but you know, as I was just kind of looking, I still see there's spots that I might still want to lighten up just a bit. Like, not go crazy, because I like this. I mean, I like this. But see how it's still like, you know, for us over 40 women, the reason they say we should have lightness, especially surrounding our faces, is because we don't want to, you know, the darkness can highlight lines and stuff. So you don't want to cast shadows on your face. So basically, I'm going to give it another go around and lighten up a few more parts. But so far I like what it's doing. I didn't really put a ton just now in the back, but part of me is thinking of leaving it alone like this. But I don't know. I think I'm going to just try and put a few more blonde streaks in there. So I will be back. Okay, I'm back. And I'm kind of low now. Trying to hide that paint crack back there. Okay, let me just get down like this. I have my phone in a weird place. But I just wanted to give the final follow-up for now on how my hair turned out. There's that piece still acting crazy that I don't know why. Okay, so you remember earlier I did the quick blue and I had a different kind of developer. I still have some of this left. Earlier I used the 40. If I ever want to lighten it again, I can use this 30. But I just wanted to show you guys the result so you can get an idea. It's lighter. And I should really lift this phone because then you get a better idea. So you can kind of see the color of how it turned out. In some ways, I was thinking I made it a little too brown all over the place, but it's not. I like it better than I had it. You know, I just basically lightened. Oh, yeah, let me turn this on too. There you go. Now I have more light on. Basically, I just lightened around in here, and today I did some, I used my Bijan or Bijan, whatever, however you pronounce that, because, well, I've got to stop hiding the camera. I needed to take care of these edges that were gray. So basically, it's lighter than it was, and I kind of like the color now, so I'm good.